So which news source are you used from?
Channel 9.
Channel 9. I'm recording. I've got a YouTube channel called The Devil's Advocate. So as much as it's too noisy down there to talk to anyone, I'll wait until they finish talking. Like being Channel 9 and they're Channel 7, I think, I've already had a chat with them and told them that the mainstream media seems to be losing its credibility recently, quite a lot. So yous being working for them, what's your opinion about that? Yous being inside the mainstream media, do you think yous are losing credibility? Do yous do any research on independent news sources on the internet? You do?
We work with them sometimes.
Work with them?
Yep.
Alright, because I remember, I think it was this time last year, I saw several news crews here, and then when I saw the shortages on television, of course, it didn't really cover it in a broad spectrum of it. They just almost followed the same narrative of they're just a bunch of kooks. Alright. Now the way I see it, a lot of people here, there's a lot of different issues here. Do you understand that? That there's not just anti-vaxxers as some people would say it. I would prefer to call them pro-choice. Same as a woman having an abortion. It's a pro-choice. Right? So there's a lot of different issues here. And the way I see it, what we're doing here is just challenging the laws. Because when people say the laws are the law isn't the law. The law is a guidance for the adjudicators, isn't it? So the law can be challenged and it can be changed. Right, okay. It's just that I don't get a chance to talk to the other mainstream media, mate. Not on mainstream media. I go around, hunt down the politicians and try to talk to them.
Yep.
And they always tell me to make an appointment at the office and they never get back to me anyway, so...
Look, a lot of the reporters do that as well, and they also get put back. It's it's hard to obviously see that because we don't report on that, but it does happen. Yeah.
Okay, it's just I mentioned to the young lady over there, Channel 7 I think it was, that because the mainstream media is losing their credibility, that when, do you remember the Yellow Vest movement over in Paris, in France? You don't remember that? Well, I followed it on the internet. There are stations that will cover it. And when the mainstream media went to those Yellow Vest marches, apparently they got bashed because everyone was so disgusted with their coverage, their biased narrative, that...
It's the same reason why you can probably tell I seem quite standoffish right now. Last time we came to this thing, there was abuse held at us and nobody wanted to borrow us.
So I'm not here to hurl abuse. I'm here to find out what's inside your head.
I understand that, and that's why I'm engaging in conversation with you. Mate, we're here. We're local media. We're not national media or even international media. We're here because there is a gathering here in Brisbane.
Well, see, I don't put it down to being your fault, yours or hers.
Okay.
I put it down to the editor. He's the one that gets paid, and he's the one that tells you what to print. Because after he watches your version, he'll say, "Oh, cut that out and cut that out, and print that."
Yep.
Right? So it's really the editor that is following the narrative. Yous are just the foot soldiers, I suppose you could say.
Here for paycheck.
Yeah, paycheck.
But-
You heard of Nuremberg?
There is. Huh?
You heard of Nuremberg?
Yeah, we heard.
The war crimes?
Yep.
You know their main catch cry, the defence of the Germans in that trial?
No,
They were just following orders.
yeah. Actually, no, I have heard that. Sorry.
So when you're saying you're just here for a paycheck, you're just following orders for the paycheck.
Sure, that's how you want to look at it, mate.
Well, it's just one way of looking at it. Not to say that it's the right way in your mind. Not to say it's the right way in my mind. I'm just presenting it. That's a way of looking at it.
I understand that, mate.
So I mean, I say the same thing to the police, but they don't want to be filmed. And of course, I'm not going to push my luck with the police.
I don't necessarily want to be filmed either.
Yeah, well, you're filming everyone else, doesn't mean you don't have to get permission off everyone. Same as I'm in public.
You don't have permission to film me either. I understand that.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I don't want to be filmed.
Yeah.
I don't not want
If you had to turn around and said I don't want to interact, well, then obviously I'm not going to get a reaction and I'd lose patience and walk away. All right, watch this. All right, we'll pause it.